Hey guys, second day with braces today, and I think I'm talking clear already. So last video, if you didn't feel like I talked clear enough, well, hopefully this redeems it. I kind of wanted to finish that video because it cut off in the middle. So we're gonna read this again. If you haven't seen the previous video, let's go here. And where were we? We were here, right? So for those of you who haven't watched the first video and don't want to watch the full video roast, I'm just going to summarize. It's a book, and she's teaching women how to be a little bit more independent slash, what's the word? Kind of have boundaries. I don't know. The point is, book's not very good, but it's funny. And I was taking out the trash, and this book was lying in a box next to the trash. So, some people say one man's trash or one woman's trash is another person's treasure. In this case, it's not a treasure intellectually, but it's a treasure from a humor perspective. She's a SoCal girl. She wrote this in the 2000s. So life has changed a lot, right? 20 years it's been. So just keep that in mind. This was geared more towards a different generation almost. I mean, seeing some of the comments on the previous video, I didn't even realize that back in the day when I was really posting on this channel, there was a lot of people who were really young watching my videos. That's really humbling. I mean, I don't think you should try to learn anything from me. I was just messing around on this channel. But again, if you found anything useful, I'm glad. Anyways, let's get back into it. So we were at this meet the new and improved bitch part of the book, where he's teaching, or I keep saying he, because so many advice books are geared towards men, right? That I know of. So it's funny to read something geared towards women. Okay, we stopped at here. She said, the moon and the sun and the stars don't revolve around him. She doesn't make her dates with him when her horoscope advises that his big Mercury is about to retrograde and her little Venus. That's where the video cut off before. She doesn't chase him or keep tabs on him. He's not the center, I almost said corner. He's not the center of the world. And I agree, it's good. First of all, don't be all those woo-woo horoscope type of people. That's kind of weird. If you want to do it, but just know there's consequences, right? Nobody can prevent you from doing anything, but just know there's consequences. So if you're going to be the type that's doing horoscopes and all that, there's quite a lot of guys who be like, eh. So, by the way, how do you like this? America! So somehow, okay, she's going from talking about horoscopes and how you probably shouldn't be like the horoscopes type of guy to don't pursue them. How does horoscopes suddenly go into don't pursue them? You see this? There's this common saying. I'm going to modify it. Okay, so some people say women think like spaghetti, like their minds are just like spaghetti. Now, I don't know how true that is, but what I will say is this. People who are not very organized are like spaghetti. Let's be reasonable like that, right? So I think this lady, her mind is like spaghetti. Because this is definitely an example of spaghetti logic. You went from talking about horoscopes to don't pursue them. And I get where the leap is, right? Some people, when they're really into a guy, they're going to use horoscopes to justify. I've had quite a few, this seems to be a thing for Chinese girls. Quite a few Chinese girls asked for my horoscope and gave me a whole horoscope. But again, I didn't know that was like a non-Chinese girl thing or a non-Asian girl thing. But apparently there's a community of woo-woo, probably most likely white girls that are really into this stuff too. Like those types of white girls really into meditation, yoga, tantric stuff, anything woo. Anyways, let's keep going. So, her next point is, for her definition of the new woman you should become, she is mysterious. There is a difference between honesty and disclosure. She is honest but does not reveal everything. She isn't verbally putting her cards on the table. Familiarity breeds contempt and predictability breeds boredom. So, I really honestly, I like what she said between honesty and disclosure, right? You can be honest, but you don't have to shove everything down people's throats the moment you meet them, or even first month you meet them. Just when it comes up, talk to them, be genuine, but you don't have to flood them with information. But again, I wrote here, wrong conclusion. How does a good point, aka Be honest, but don't disclose too much immediately. Go to mysterious, right? There's a kind of a jump, semantical jump there. So, she leaves him wanting. So, check this horrible little sentence here. Men equate longing with love. Longing is good. I, of course, wrote, what the F? When did longing become love? Tell me, guys. Tell me, guys. I like this one, though. This was one of, among the 5% that I did agree. She doesn't let him see her sweat. She keeps communication from getting messy and avoids communicating when upset. When she clears her head, she is succinct and speaks in a bottom line way. I think out of everything we've read so far in this book, that's the best part. Just in general, this is a good life advice. Don't communicate when you're upset. So, she remains in control of her time. So, this check with a little bit of a crossed out check, or whatever you call it, I learned this back when I was in China. A lot of times when teachers were kind of happy with your test, but maybe something you answered they weren't completely happy about, they did that. So that was me taken from that. But why am I not completely happy with this? So this is what she says. Okay, again, she remains in control of her time. She takes it slowly, especially when he wants to hurry. She moves to her rhythm, not his, preventing him from taking control of her. So, understand where you're at, right? Understand what your pace is. I mean, I have nothing wrong with that, but the one little qualification I put to this is, what if you two just want to work through everything? So it's like, okay, let's get together, and then whatever happens, let's work through it together. Isn't that what a couple is? So, I know she's trying to describe a certain type of woman, maybe a woman that doesn't need relationship or man or whatever. But again, we talked about in the first video, you potentially are training a lot of cat ladies. If you think about men who are single who are older versus women who are single who are older, I think there tends to be more happiness in men who are single who are older. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. This is one of the few points I agree with too. She maintains a sense of humor. A sense of humor lets him know she is detached. However, she doesn't treat disrespect as a laughing matter. I like that. Be funny. Don't see things or take things too far and too seriously, but have a boundary. You know, if they cross certain things, tell them. All right, I like that. She places a high value on herself. When he gives her a compliment, she says, thank you. Yeah. She doesn't talk him out of it. She doesn't ask what the ex looked like and doesn't compete with other women. So again, this is an example of spaghetti logic. I literally wrote, how did this previous sentence connect to this sentence? Talking about compliments, and if you deserve a compliment, say thank you. Don't talk yourself out of it. It's really good advice. And suddenly she jumps to talk about exes. Spaghetti logic, man. It's not necessarily a guy-girl thing, right? A lot of times we associate spaghetti logic with girls, but it's not necessarily a guy-girl thing. She is passionate about something other than him. When he feels he isn't the be-all and end-all of her existence, it makes her more desirable. Staying busy ensures she isn't resentful if he is unavailable. He doesn't have a monopoly on the rent space in her head. He doesn't get Park Place monopoly, like the game. Park Places, the Blues, I believe. And he doesn't get Boardwalk. Boardwalk's the most expensive property on the Monopoly game. He gets one of those little purple properties next to Go. So I wish I had a Monopoly set. Maybe what I can do is, I'll talk about this more. I went back to school. I've been learning how to code and stuff. So imagine Go is right here, right? So these are the purple. These are worth the very least. And then you go up here, Boardwalk's here, right? Boardwalk's here. So for those of you who've never seen Monopoly, Go starts here, and then it goes this way, and it gets more and more expensive, and you win by bankrupting other players playing this game. That's how Monopoly works. So she's saying, instead of putting a man here, you put him here. Talking about extremes, man. And that's why I wrote horrible example. I mean, how about don't put him here, don't put him here either? What about, I don't know, value him quite a lot, but he's not your be-all, end-all. Isn't that what this book is saying? So your analogy, your example is pretty fail. How about put him here? Make him one of the railroads, if you know your Monopoly lingo. Make him one of the utilities or one of the railroads, right? Those are worth a lot, but they're not worth boardwalk level. You can tell I used to play Monopoly. I love that game. I was never good at Monopoly, but I like the mixture of chance and negotiation and a little bit of strategy, right, that you had. By the way, I am talking much clearer, right? Second day of braces, I'm talking much clearer. Now, this looks really cool, by the way. Dude, braces look really cool, man. They are pretty hard to clean. See, that's me going spaghetti logic, right? You see what I did? I went spaghetti. But, again, I was distracted because I see myself with braces. Oh, yeah. Looks good. So, let's remember this point. She said she is passionate about something other than them. That's true. I mean, I'll tell you. If you meet some lady who's passionate about something, it's attractive. You know, a guy, the last time I met a girl that I went on a date with, she was an architect. You know why? Because it was cool. She had a master's in architecture, and I said, wow, I want to know more about your passion, right? Compared to all the other people here in La La Land, what do you call it? The word Viewer Razor used the word, what was the word? Tinseltown. Shout out Viewer Razor. He used the word Tinseltown. So yeah, passionate about something other than him. That's a really good point. But then again, it's the spaghetti logic. Somehow you give this horrible Monopoly analogy. Author Sherry, if you see this, I would love if you paid me, let's say $10,000. I will help you re-edit this book. We can publish this together, and maybe you can do like a 20th? Yeah, about like a 20-year anniversary edition or something where I can help you with your analogies, and we can take out some of this spaghetti logic. Just an offer there. Again, you are in SoCal. I don't know if you're still in SoCal. But anyways, she treats her body like a finely tuned machine. She maintains her appearance and health, which is good. A person's self-respect is reflected in how he or she maintains physical appearance. If he tells her he doesn't like red lipstick, she wears it anyways, if it makes her feel good. So, of course, it's got one of these check crosses, right? I wrote, to a certain extent. If you guys are a unit, right? If you guys are feeling something with each other, you should definitely respect each other's feedback, especially if it's well-intentioned, constructive feedback. So, if this thing doesn't look good on you, maybe you think it looks good on you, okay, all right. But he's looking out for you, right? You have to understand when someone's giving you feedback that's looking out for you versus someone that's giving you feedback and not looking out for you, right? So, maybe I'll draw a picture. You know how I am. I like to draw a picture, so I'm trying to find a pen. My desk, if you want to look one day, I'll show you my desk. My desk is like, imagine a computer programmer made a baby with a computer editor, right? That's what my desk looks like. It's all of, and an entrepreneur. So if like 3 people made a baby, it's kind of really messy, so I can't find a pen. So anyways, I will show you that little chart I was trying to draw later. But this is it, man. This is it. We finished chapter 1. I do not think I want to read any more of this, unless you guys really want. Maybe the new platform that I'm going to go on, maybe we can read the rest of this. What do you guys think? If you guys want to see more of this, we could potentially go on this new platform, which I'll announce in the next video. So I'll kind of tell you guys more about the next video. Maybe I'll read the rest of the book. But either way, I almost don't want to say I'm back, because what if I decide I don't want to be on this channel again? But again, if we go on another platform, I might have more incentive to kind of come back. But it's been great, man. I was reading some of those comments in the video that I just did yesterday, and it's cool to see so many people. I mean, despite the fact that I think all you guys know, my passion was always in my other channel, the big one. But this channel, I maintained it for a while because we had a different type of community. That's what was fun. Remember when we used to live stream and stuff like that? That was so cool. We just live stream, hang out, talk about stuff. Well, quite a few annoying viewers too, but you know what? You just have to, what's the word? Like kiss the frogs or something? Yeah, but you know, the German viewer Alex is one of my favorite viewers of all time, and then Razor is of course one of my favorite viewers. So we had some really cool. There's another guy. I think he was in Australia. There's another Australian viewer who's really cool. But let us talk again soon. Next video, maybe I will half roast something else, and then I will talk to you guys soon about the new platform that I'll be jumping on. So, America. Also, I just realized the construction stopped outside. So this is actually a perfect time for me to get back to work. Okay, guys. Muchas gracias.